Hi, my name is Rock Santos, co-founder of Q Swimwear, and I'm a swimmer. We've created a swim brand by swimmers, for all swimmers. Even the last swimmer in the water. Yeah, you know who you are, standing there waiting for, exactly what are you waiting for? You know the water, it's not going to get any warmer. Q Swimwear, a brand for all swimmers, even the last swimmer in the water.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Friday, January 21st, 2011. I'm your host, Peter Bush. In the Phoenix Monitor today, we'll talk to Elizabeth Holland. Her kids swim at Oak Park Swimmers, just outside of Chicago. And George Adcock, he's the head coach. They have become one of the, if not the most, environmentally friendly swim clubs in America. And to further explain, Elizabeth and George join us right now in the Phoenix Monitor from Oak Park, Illinois. Hey guys, welcome to the show. How are you?
Great. Thank you very much for this opportunity. We're really looking forward to discussing our greening efforts with you.
Yeah, so swim team gone green. Explain.
I can start by explaining. Basically, what we've tried to do is to identify greening initiatives that we can utilize with our swim meets and for our overall swim team operations. And if we kind of take an overall perspective, every year there are several thousand swim meets in the United States every year, and if we can, through this dialogue with you, get other swim teams to be thinking of what they can do with their team for greening initiatives, every little improvement that teams make towards greening in swim teams around the country, it will have a huge environmental impact when you're envisioning several thousand swim meets that take place in the United States every single year. So we look forward to this dialogue and hopefully establishing green guidelines for all of USA swimming.
All right, let's get specific for a second. Let's get specific. George, what are some of the things that you do that are green? We're talking about like not printing psych sheets and stuff like that?
Yeah, we looked at how can we change what we do at a regular meet that's not going to affect the swimmers. What are the steps that we can do that's not going to affect their performance and things like that. So we looked at instead of selling individually packaged water bottles, we offer reusable water bottles, and we just have big Gatorade jugs full of water so that they can refill those instead of having to go buy a separate water bottle each time they need something to drink. Just trying to cut down on the number of heat sheets that we sell to the parents in the stands. Instead of selling them, we post them up around the wall so that they can look and have a look and write those things down and encourage people to share. And we make psych sheets available online before our meet so that the need for those heat sheets is not as great. And the other one is just trying to use, try to use recycled paper and trying to make sure that people are aware that we are trying to recycle at these meets and make that a big push. Around concession stands and working with the venues to make sure that we have those facilities available.
Elizabeth, what was the inspiration behind this?
I have overall very much of an environmental bent. So when I saw that at swim meets that several thousand bottles of water would be used at any given swim meet, it just made me heartsick to think about all that plastic that could eventually end up in landfills or perhaps even in the ocean, and trying to figure out how we could minimize that. And as we all know, swim meets are very, very paper intensive, and how many trees are we destroying by 10, 12 more reams of paper being used even at relatively small swim meets, and trying to figure out what we could do to reduce that usage. So that was really my inspiration, was just seeing it and then saying, okay, how can we make this better?
Do you have a grand plan of where what you'd ultimately like a swim meet to look like? I imagine this is just step one for you.
I think ultimately, as venues, get the ability to have wireless access, ultimately we would not print any heat sheets at all. Everybody would be able to download the heat information on laptops, smartphones, iPads, and really be virtually paperless. That would be one of our goals. We're not there yet. Definitely, we're not there yet, but we'd like to get there.
George, do you guys do anything with hand-me-down equipment with the swimmers?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we have buckets of equipment that kind of people leave there undersized, actually, more than anything, fins in, and we use them for people who don't bring theirs or haven't purchased any yet. We do have like an equipment swap program that runs within the club, within the parents of the club. You just anyone got a pair of size 24 fins or whatever they are, and they work it that way. So yeah, we do have that initiative going.
And you guys have a big meet that starts this weekend. Is this going to be the first meet where it's all in effect, the changes, or have you guys already tested it out?
We did test it this summer. 2 invite meets that our team hosts a year. We host a summer long course meet at our local outdoor 50-meter pool. And then during fall-winter short course season, we have the meet that's coming up this weekend. And so we trialed it this summer. And believe it or not, 100-degree days, 3 days in a row, outside, we had no sale or distribution of single-use disposable water bottles. We just kept on refilling Gatorade jugs, and everybody was very, very pleased with the initiative. So we know that we can confidently take that same initiative, indoors where we don't have the the heat and the sun bearing down on our spectators.
George, you start to get some feedback from other coaches, like, hey, that's great what you guys are doing. I'm going to try that with my club.
Yeah, we had a little bit from the summer meet. We were more worried that they were going to be put out, and I think the best thing that came out from it was that there was really no change to how the meet ran, or how the parents and spectators found the experience. It was just a meet as normal. The coaches still managed to get enough liquid in them, standing out, as Elizabeth said, in 100-degree heat all day. So that was probably the best feedback that we could have got at this stage, and hopefully we can push other clubs in the area to take up some of these initiatives, if not all of them, and kind of drive that from just showing them that it doesn't change how you run a meet. It's little small things that make a big difference in the long run.
Well, thank you so much for what you guys are doing. I think it's a great example.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much for allowing us to share this information with you. We really appreciate it.
All right, well, good luck with the meet this weekend. Elizabeth Holland and George Adcock from Oak Park Swimmers outside of Chicago. That's it for today's show. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.